Hello and welcome back to Unfiltered Voices. So today it's not just me and Beck. We are lucky enough to have a fellow explorer with us. So we've got Grant with us today. He's one of Becky's really good friends. They know each other well. I've spoken to Grant a couple of times. His exploring page is Explore Through the Lens. So you may know him, you may not, but hopefully after this podcast you'll know him a little bit better. So Grant, hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Hello.
So today we just want to ask you about some of your experiences exploring, because obviously, from what I know, you've been doing it quite a while, haven't you?
Uh, yeah, on and off. Um, I'd say uploading to Facebook and stuff since probably 2019.
Okay. And how long have you and Becky known each other? How long have you been going out with him, Beck?
Oh God, we've known each other since maybe 2020.
Yeah, something like that. We talked to each other for a while, and then I think first time we went exploring together. I think we're in Norfolk when I was down there on holiday. We went and did a few bits, didn't we?
Yeah.
And you two have done a couple of abroad trips as well, haven't you? I've seen some of the stuff you've done abroad.
Yeah, we've been France twice, Belgium twice, then we've been Spain for a mad 24 hours, and then I think we've been to Italy twice as well.
Yeah. We've done a lot.
Yeah. So, Beck, have you got a first question for Grant, or do you want me to go in with some?
Um, so I have got a question.
Go on then, here we go.
What is the strangest thing that you've ever found on an explore?
Strangest thing? I don't know if I don't know what you'd mean by the strangest thing. To be fair, if it depends what you're doing, doesn't it? You found body parts in 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 like crypts under churches and stuff, and not that I'd says like strange.
I
Yeah.
mean, to find a body part is quite strange. I don't know how I'd feel about that. But obviously, you were
There
saying
must
it's
there must have been about 20 odd bodies. It were under it were an old monastery in Italy. That's God, it's been left for ages, and somebody took top off of it, crypt were. So I went down inside, and it didn't half stink, and there were just bodies everywhere. They weren't even in
oh
caskets. They're old. They were like just like a big pit. What you climbed down into, and they were just skulls, legs, rib cages, pelvises. There were loads of them, absolutely
god,
everywhere. And you'd think, I mean, they must have been important to the place to have been buried there. But why have they not removed them since and put them somewhere else rather than just leave them in somewhere that's fallen to bits?
yeah, I don't know how I'd feel about that personally. I've never come across anything like that. I don't know if you have, Becky.
Um, I've. Can you hear me? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It weren't showing up that I was talking. Um, okay, so I've come across body parts, more so in crypto. So we've done a couple. We've done one recently under a church, which was mad. Um, there was a lot of trouble around that one as well. But then there was one in Italy that we done, and then we done one in Scotland, didn't we, Grant?
Oh yeah.
That one I'll always remember.
Apart from that, I don't think I found somebody's ashes once. I went to do a farmhouse in Lincolnshire. There were no access to the farmhouse, so I went in outside buildings and then I went into a like a mobile static home. Yeah, full of old junk, and I just thought, what's this black tub? And I thought, because it were a farm, obviously they'd been doing shooting on there. I thought it looks same as one at tubs what you get for reloading cartridges with powder in. And unscrewed lid and looked inside, and I thought, well, that's not gunpowder. Put lid back on, turned it round, and it were actually an old lady's ashes. So I'm
Oh,
guessing
that's
what has
quite
happened.
sad.
Well, I'm guessing what happened where obviously she must have died. He must have carried on living there in caravan because farmhouse were in such a state, and then he must have died, and place is up for sale. But I just put, just left it where it were, and I just said sorry, and I just walked off and
Yeah.
just deleted pictures. But I let somebody else know that we're at that way, and they took all information. Actually, phoned through to crematorium to say basically ashes were there and whatnot. Because I thought about scattering them on land. I thought can't just leave them there because they're just going to get thrown in a skip. But then I
Mm.
thought, no, it's not my place to do it. So, well, yeah, I just said, sorry, love, and I just walked out and just deleted all my pictures from old place.
That's quite sad.
Mm. Yeah, it's quite sad. And I guess speaking about that, that kind of takes us on to one of another question that we were going to ask. Like, so how do you feel about kind of the paranormal side of things? What's your opinion on the paranormal side of not just exploring, just in general? Have you personally ever witnessed anything paranormal? Do you believe in it? Are you not a believer?
Absolute bag of bollocks.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Honest to God, I went out. I used to go out. Well, I went out with him a couple of times. Who goes to Britain? Lane Lindsay. I know they've had some issues gone off, but I went out with them a couple of times, and honest to God, I think it's a load of crap. When you get this, oh, it's a bit cold. It's a draft. I think, well, you're in a bando building. Do you know what I mean? It's hardly got any windows. It's going to be drafty. It's going to be cold. And then you've
Yeah.
got these flashing cat toys with balls. What a load of bollocks that is. These, is it REM pods they call them, that lights flash? Well, all that's doing is picking electronic signals. That'll pick your phone up connecting to a mast. Like, remember when you used to have them old mobile phones when they come out and you used to screw them aerials in that used to flash before the phone went off? It's just like, and unlike these stupid apps, the men, the program to say words, and apps can
Yeah.
learn and adapt. It's just a load of bollocks. Nobody's ever proved it. To be fair, I probably believe in life on other planets more than I believe in all like that.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I think it is, that's why it's a good question to ask because people have such different views on it.
Unless I set up a Ouija board, which I'd love to do, and put a knife on it and knife started flying across the room, then I'd believe in it. But unless I saw something, I think it's just biggest load of bollocks going.
My mum told me when I was very young, never, ever, ever to get involved with the Ouija board, and to this day I haven't, and I wouldn't.
Oh, I'd love to.
No, I'd be too scared to.
I would do one.
I know you would, bet, because you're just out there.
It's like that with glass on table and making and glass moves about. I'd have to be some people like Becky that I trust to know that nobody's pushing it and moving it
Yeah,
around.
yeah. No,
Otherwise, I'd be like, nah, it's a load of bollocks.
yeah. No, I mean, yeah, it's such different. I mean, we spoke about this, didn't we? Don't know if it was last week or the week before, Beck, but I think Becky's had a couple of experiences she thinks is paranormal, but me personally, I'm not against it, but I haven't yet found anything or seen anything that's made me think that there is a paranormal world out there. But no, that's interesting. So Grant thinks it's a load of bollocks. So on to the next question, Beck.
I think some people are very skeptical, aren't they? So
Yeah,
I'll be honest, I've been in a place and I've just had a weird feeling about it.
yeah,
What it used to be at Matlock Way, a little cottage called Candlestick Cottage, it was nicknamed. And that's the only place I went round to take pictures in, and I just got like an eerie feeling all the time. Thought
yeah,
something's not going to go right here.
yeah.
And just towards end, I heard something, and I turned round and shone my torch, and there was this big fuck off fat cat just sat there looking at me, and it scared the fucking life out of me. And I know it got quite a few explorers same, and I think because old lady had gone into an home, it must have heard people coming and thought, oh, she's back and coming to house like. But that caught quite a few people off guard, that cat. But yeah, I just think it's a load of bollocks to be fair.
Yeah. But there is that feeling, isn't there? We spoke about this again. We've already discussed this between the both of us. There is that feeling you get, isn't there, Becky, where you just something's off in a
100.
place.
Yeah, 100%, and that's a horrible feeling.
Yeah, yeah.
But I say it's the only place I've ever had it.
Mm.
I don't know what it were. I just thought, nah, something's not right here.
Yeah, weird feeling. Right, so next question. What are 3 things you love about exploring?
Oh, let me think.
Bear with us, guys.
Yeah, there we- I think it's sometimes it's the unknown of what you're going to find,
Yeah,
especially if
okay.
you're doing checks. You know, sometimes it's like when I go away, I'll not just do pins that I know. I'll see stuff and I'll think I want to check some stuff and all while I'm away because you just don't know what you're going to find. And sometimes you go in, it might just be an empty place, absolute sack of crap, waste of time. And then some you go in and it's a little belter. So yeah, never knowing what you're going to find, that's definitely going to be one. And then I think with me, we going away, it's just all experience. It's not it's not like exploring in this country. It's it's like when we've gone away together. You've got a lot. It's I don't know. It's just it's more fun, better experience, making better memories. Not just like exploring, but being with other people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. It's having fun and making memories as well with the people you're with. That's
Yeah.
a really good one, actually.
And it is not. It is. Don't get me wrong. I like most of the time. I'm doing it on my own. I like that I can see a spot and I'm in and out, and you're not having to like wait for everybody else to get in this chance that you could get seen. If you get caught, it's your own fault. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But sometimes it is nice to have other people here and all.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Have you ever hurt yourself, Grant? Have you ever hurt yourself badly while exploring? I mean,
Um,
obviously everyone
I,
gets prickles up the bum.
I fractured my elbow in France.
Oh, did
Um,
you?
we were racing to get into a chateau. There were me and Ricky, Becky and somebody else will leave unnamed. And me and Ricky decided, well, we'll climb on this wall and we'll get into this tree. And then we can just sit on branch, grab hold and lower ourselves down and just drop other little bit. So I climbs into this tree and it's just getting dark. Ricky's behind me and I sat on this branch just about to grab this other one. And next thing I remember, boom, I'm on the floor. And it were a drop. It must have been a good 10, 12 foot drop to the floor. So I have it deck, and I'm like, oh. I thought I broke my arm at first, and then I thought, oh, my camera. Fuck, I weren't bothered about my arm. Then I thought I knackered my camera. So I've got up, and as soon as I've stood up, I've heard boom behind me, and Ricky's on the floor. Oh, he did exactly the same, but he weren't too bad. He just banged his ribs again. But fucking hell, my arm was killing, and I ended up going to hospital when I got home, and yeah, I'd ended up fracturing my elbow, and I've still got it. Still hurts now. I've got a little bit of bone that floats around inside the joint.
Becky,
But
where were
yeah,
you and why on earth wasn't this on record?
Becky went a different way.
I went the safer way, let's put it that way.
Yeah, but we beat you.
Yeah, you did. But like I know that they hurt themselves, but it's hilarious when I think about it because honestly, you just can't make it up.
It's the way he went, and then poof, Ricky's on the floor as well behind me.
He'd hurt his ribs before though, hadn't he? Somewhere else.
Yeah, he broke his ribs. Do you remember that big place that we went to in Belgium and we found the donkey photo?
Oh, it's security donkeys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He broke his ribs going under that fence. So I felt really, really sorry for him because he really hurt himself.
Fucking hell.
Dear. So we spoke about the 3 things that you love about exploring. Do you have 3 things that you hate, Grant?
Yeah. Goons.
Yeah.
Yeah, just when you go to places and people's just had no respect. And they've just like spray painted places and just gone through drawers and one of me bit. I tell you something, I fucking hate. You know, when you go to places and people's been in cupboards and drawers and they've like laid old photos out on side like a little fucking shrine. I, what what the fucking point is that? I'm one of them. I'll go in somewhere and I don't like touching stuff. Do you know what I mean? If it's in the drawers
Yeah.
and stuff, leave it. I'll take pictures how it is. If place has been turned over, I might think, "Do you know what? That's fucking disrespectful. Pick stuff up, shove it back in drawer, just shove it shut. I think you just go in there, get your pics. Don't just like rummage through everything. It ain't. Do you know what I mean? It's. But my biggest one's got to be like churches and monasteries when people's just gone in and started spray painting, smashing places up. I just think, nah, it's gonna come back and get you, that one.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
That reminds me of a time in Belgium.
Oh, when your car,
Yeah, when the clutch went on my car, right, and I had to,
that 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 was just after we come out of there. That happened, and I said to you, "That is your fault.
yeah, I feel like I done a bad thing. Um,
You did a really bad thing."
no,
I have you got balls to own up for what you did, though?
I have got the balls thrown up for what I did. So I was,
Get
I was,
ready for this one.
I was really, really, really busting for a wee. Okay, this church was like, it was like a ruin. Okay, so I just want to make it clear. Like it wasn't a really nice church that was completely
Oh, there'd been a
intact.
big fire, hadn't there? Roof had caved
Yeah,
in.
yeah, yeah. So I was busting for a wee, okay, and I had a wee. Um, and I feel like that
Where
was my
did you have a wee? Where did you have a wee?
in the confession box.
There you go.
Becky!
Yeah,
But it was the only place that was hidden, right? And I just want to stress that this church had had a fire, okay? So I wasn't just, I don't
you're
just
trying to
do
put
this.
it out.
I don't just do this. I really don't. If I need a wee when we go out, I tend to just go off like in a wooded area or something. But yeah, that was my karma for doing a wee in a church. My clutch went on my car, and we had to drive home with no clutch from Belgium, and we only just made the Eurotunnel.
That were right bad. And then we got stopped and all.
Yeah,
And car got searched and everything, didn't it? Because we couldn't get cargo in again. Oh, it were a nightmare.
yeah, it was a nightmare, but
I've
we
not
got
even
home.
posted. I've not even posted that album yet, and I've named it. I've named it "Sinners Will Be Punished."
Yeah, yeah, that was
Yeah,
naughty.
that will karma. That
I definitely learnt from that.
don't pee in
Yeah.
a church.
Especially not in the confession box. I thought you were going to say you cocked your leg against the cross or something.
No,
No, no, it was far worse, but I've learnt my lesson. I will never ever do that again.
No, not if it means come back like that. So, Grant,
oh,
there's lots of speak about Urbex community at the moment. So the Urbex is being a community and supporting each other and stuff like that. Do you class yourself as part of the Urbex community?
not over here. No,
No. Is
I
there any
don't do.
reasons for
I
that?
don't do
What's your
anything.
opinion on
I
it?
do not do anything here anymore. It is just. I don't know. It's just got toxic.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like it. It's not like it used to be. Like people like trying to get in places quietly unseen, get out unseen, not noticed. It's going in, making a row, turning it into a big joke, and play. I don't know. It's just not like it used to be.
No, and there seems to be so much competition at the moment as well. It doesn't seem to be people doing it for their own enjoyment. It's almost a competition as to who can get somewhere first and I did it before you and stuff like that, which just takes it away from what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just totally not what it used to be like, um, and stuff like people just openly naming places. I
Yeah.
mean, sometimes I might name a place that I've done abroad, but it's abroad, so nobody from UK is really. Well, there's an handful that might go across there, but there might be something that's like an industrial or something. I'd never do like a villa and name it or where it is and everything, so it's easy to find. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's only something I've seen quite recently. We discussed this the other day. Um,
People
it's
run into newspapers. I fucking hate that.
It's
yeah,
annoying.
Oh no, it's. Honest. I prefer. I talk mainly to more people abroad than I do here. To be fair,
That's saying something.
I
yeah,
all. Who do I talk to really? There's Becky here that, and she's probably one of the only people in UK that I share out with. I speak to John. He's in UK, but he's same as me. He's nearly always in Italy. And then there's like Giovanni. Obviously, he's in Italy. Gav that we met other time we were in Italy. I mean, he's originally from. Um, I think he's West Yorkshire originally. He lives in Turin now. He's married over there and got a family. I'll talk to him and help him out, and he'll help me with some translations and stuff. There's a couple of other Italians, a Polish one. There's Marco and Tilly from Broken Window Theory in Germany. I'll help them out with stuff, and that's about it. To be fair, it's mainly Europeans that I talk to nowadays.
yeah, and I think it's always good to keep your circle small.
I mean, there's people I've trusted with stuff before, and Becky knows who they are, and then they just let you down, and it's like, do you know what? And then, I mean, one of them tried blaming Becky, and I'm like, nah. Becky's had that pin for over a year. She's
Yeah,
already. She was going to get it out. She'd have given it out. I says, and the other pin, she didn't even have that one, so she couldn't have given that one out.
it's very disheartening when that happens, especially when it's someone that you do think that you can trust.
I know I can. I mean, I've done a time capsule that I found in Wales, and I give it to Becky. I says, "Oh, this window's open, but when you've been, just shut it. You'll be able to shut it if you just take some string and you'll be able to pull the lever back and drop it down, and then it's all locked up. Nobody else can get in place. Then it's sealed." And I give Becky a pin, and she did it a couple of months after I'd been, and she'll not have given it to nobody.
Yeah.
But a lot of people that, oh no, I'll not give it out, and then next minute they're doing other people, so it's like, nah, you've given that out straight away.
Yeah,
That's a big thing in
Right.
this hobby, like building trust with people. And we've said this before. I think it was in our first podcast, maybe, or the second one. I can't remember. But like, trust is a massive thing, and it's nice when you find people you can share with. But regarding sellouts, I just feel like that's embarrassing now.
yeah,
They used to be at it all the time, didn't they, though, running to papers and stuff?
Yeah, people still do it. It's the same old people that still do it. But it's just
yeah,
I
because
mean,
I think they claim fame from it,
yeah,
having their name in a news article that is on the Sun.
like Bearded Reality, that little 3 foot dwarf, he used to do it all the time. I don't know if he still does or not. I just blocked him because I can't be arsed seeing him. And who's that other one that stands looking like he's got two invisible carrier bags? Is it Lost Places or Lost Faces or something?
Something like
He's
that.
he's another one. He's another one always running to papers. He's a fucking prick.
Yeah, I think I've seen his name in a few articles.
Yeah, there is also another female explorer that does it all the time as well, but not
I
mentioning the
think she
name.
What's that one?
very recently she did go to the newspaper, and I think it was up for about 26 hours before it was removed. So that's a little bit embarrassing. But
It
yeah.
is.
What did you get? What did they get from Gunnet Papers? Did they get paid for it or something?
Grant, I think with these certain people, it is just having their name in the newspaper. It gives them some kind of buzz to being famous.
I
Do
do
you
think.
agree, Becky?
Yeah, I do agree. I do, but I do think that they get. I think it's like £50.
Oh wow.
Oh, what the fucking do?
Yeah, they're getting a lot of money for it. It's not.
I saw him on Facebook other day. That little fucking snaky weasel, Ben James Stevens, and some theme park. I can't remember who it was, but it's Sun or Mirror or something. He'd done a theme park in America, and I just thought, he's there again selling art. If he's
Yeah.
not nicking something, he's selling some art.
Yeah, it is the same people. It is, and I think they won't ever change. Let them have their claim to fame. I think sometimes it's about that blue tick as well. If you get your name in a newspaper a couple of times, you're more likely to get a blue tick. Am I right? Is that something I've heard?
Yeah, that's
I mean,
correct.
if that blue tick means so much to you, then you do you, hun. You know, that's fine. But
Well,
going to the newspaper
that
isn't
what
so
some people
handy.
have been buying and all. They have to pay like £3 a month for it.
Yeah,
Fucking sad twats.
for a blue tick.
Fucking hell.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Blue ticks and the blue chodes.
Oh God.
That's a private joke.
I was literally thinking about when you said that blue waffle, but
Blue waffle?
blue waffle.
Hey, leave Shannon out of it.
Poor Shannon.
Leave me alone. Right, Becky, have you got another question?
Oh, you went.
Moving on from my accusation of having a blue waffle.
Okay. Um. So we are going to ask everyone that comes on this question. Who is your most disliked explorer?
And James Stevens.
Why is that?
Because he's a cunt.
I mean, it is
There's
unfiltered
a lot.
voices, so
There's a lot to be fair, but he's just a self-righteous little twat. Honest to God, right? This is what it is. We once did. We found a little time capsule bungalow while we're out. You remember it, Becky? That little one in the middle of nowhere, down a little lane. We had to climb in through a little window,
Yeah.
and I added some bits to my picture that we didn't find. I took a picture of a Rolex watch off eBay and some medals from somewhere else. And I edited them so they looked like they were in that album. Do you know what I mean? They all fitted in right. And posted it up. And within a couple of hours, they were there. Oh, I'll swap your pin. Where's pin for that? Because Becky won't give it me. I'll swap you for this. I'll swap you for that. And they were offering me all sorts of places to try and get a pin for this. And I thought, yeah, because it's got something in that's worth a bit of money. That's why. And he just thinks because he's got God knows how many people that follow him and stuff. He's got a right to stuff. I just can't be arsed with it.
yeah. I mean, that's a fair point. That's your opinion, and you're entitled to that.
Everyone is entitled to
But
their own
there's
opinion.
quite a few. There's quite a few I don't like, but we don't want to go be making a massive list.
You can do a list if you want, Grant.
Nah, we'll leave it at that. I think for now.
And I think some people have got off very lucky there.
I do.
Becky's a cunt.
No, but Grant, let's be honest. You still love me.
You're all right.
Thank you. Right, so I want to know. Sorry, I am asking the next question. I want to know a secret that no one knows about you.
You've just taken mine. I was going to say that. Tell us, Grant. Tell us a secret no one knows about you. This has to be exclusive to Unfiltered Voices. Exclusive.
Um, I don't know. Becky knows quite a lot. Becky knows fucking all sorts about me.
Okay, maybe about that we don't know about you. Just a secret. Give us a secret.
I know he's a swinger.
I
That's not a
fuck.
secret.
I fucking wish. Um, let me think. I once nearly killed myself.
Purposely or
No, accidentally.
right? Okay.
It were quite funny, but then when I look back at it, I think, fucking hell, that could have been bad. I
What?
used to go out shooting a lot.
Yeah.
And this one day I took this different shotgun out with me. I got a Hatsan semi-automatic, so you put three, like a pump action kind of thing, but you don't pump it; it just cycles on its own. To eject one at cartridges because I'd got a jam. I'd fired it, but it had not gone off. Sometimes primers are done. So I went to eject it, and handle come off at side. So I thought, for fuck's sake, I can't eject this cartridge. So I went back to the car and I laid it on back seat of the car and I thought, right, if I put my key in there and pull that back, I can shove handle back in. And all of a sudden, this cartridge then decided it was gonna fucking go. So there's this almighty fucking bang, and I thought, fucking hell. And I looked across the car to the other side, and there was this hole about round in my door card. So I thought, oh shit. And I went round the other side of the car, and it looked like somebody shoved a Coke can through the fucking side of the car. It were all splayed out. But the gun was at groin height. So if it had been facing the other way, I'd have just blasted my bollocks off. And I'd have fucking bled out in the field. So yeah, I just thought, you know what, this fucking shotgun is shite. So I got rid of it and just stuck with me over and under from then. So yeah, I nearly killed myself in a fucking field.
Wow. What a story.
I can't.
That'd have been fucking painful.
Yeah, you'd have had no fucking balls.
My cousin's face with a picture, and I phoned him up because he'd got a body shop. I says, I've got a job for you. He went, what? I went, can you repair bullet holes in a car? And he went, what the fuck? I drove it down and he was just in stitches because, honest to God, it just looked like somebody shoved a Coke can through the door to just ripped up metal out, and outside it made a right mess. But it was fucking brilliant when it come back. It was like, it never happened. So there you go, yeah. That's about it.
This is why I don't trust myself with a gun. Because
Oh my god, I would never.
yeah, I wouldn't. I'd be too thick for that.
Yeah, absolutely. But I've got another question for you.
Well,
So, lots of people get comments, not talking about anyone particular, lots of comments. I've had it, I've seen Becky's had it, you've probably had it. There's lots of people out there who do enjoy looking at the content and pictures that we collect that would say that walking into someone's home who's no longer here is disrespectful. And what's your opinions on that?
I don't get any comments like that, to be fair.
I mean, I think it's something that lots of people who don't explore often say, it's very disrespectful. So lots of things
I think it depends what you. I suppose in a way it can be, but you've got to do it in a respectful way.
yeah,
So
yeah.
just go in, get your pictures. Don't start messing with everything. Like some will start rummaging and getting everything out. Like the house that were at Blackpool that time, Doll's house that were at Blackpool. Everything were packed away neatly in one of the kitchens, all crystal there and everything. And the next thing, everybody's got tables set up and stuff out and putting ornaments up. And I think, just leave it. Do you know what I mean? So I think so
Yeah.
long as you're doing it in a respectful way and you're not messing about and trashing places. But I try not to do many places like that these days. I'm mostly doing. See, I love old churches and convents and monasteries, and I love all old villas with frescoes painted on ceilings and stuff. They aren't going to be out in them for me. I just love architecture.
Yeah.
But I do find places that I've got stuff in, but it's just being respectful.
Yeah. I think it, like you said, it is about how you do it. I mean, how would you feel if you passed away one day, your house became a time cap, and someone explored your house? Would you be okay with that?
Well, that's the thing. A lot of them aren't just. You see some of them and you think, yeah, there has been ones where they're really old and windows have rotted away because they've been there that long.
Yeah.
And it is a proper, yeah, that's blown in, that's rotted away, the years been away in. But then a lot, I'd say probably 80% of ones you go to in the past couple of years, there's a window being broke or there's a door being broke. Where somebody's actually, it's not gone over time, somebody's actually physically gone and they're just making their way into these places. And it's
Yeah.
probably somebody that's in a fucking nursing home.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's happened, hasn't
Just
it?
think,
There's been places.
I just feel fucking bad for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's going to be some urban explorers out there that you go in time. Their house might become a place that you go and explore. It's like, oh fucking hell! I remember that. That used to be at so and so. That used to be at so and so. Where they've just took fucking trinkets from everywhere.
Yeah, people are disrespectful sometimes, and they're not in this hobby for the right reasons.
No, there's. I think so long as you do it in a respectful way, that's all you can do.
Yeah, as long as you're respectful, then you're all good. But there are people in this hobby who are complete idiots and ruin it. That like I feel like certain explorers give us a really bad name.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean, even in like non-places, I mean, I go in like convents and stuff like that. I like to do my pictures and then just sit down in peace and quiet for a couple of minutes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Take it all in.
I mean, do you remember that one we did first time we went to Italy, Beck? Up that never-ending hill
Oh
that we
my
had to
god.
walk up,
Yes.
and then we just sat in that red room with frescoes painted out ceiling and walls, and it was just so peaceful up on top of that hillside. I just sat there in peace and quiet, and it was like, fuck it, we're brilliant.
It's nice to sometimes just take it in. Like I especially feel like Italy is for architecture. It's amazing. So I like
It
to just
is.
be
It's
able to sit
beautiful.
there and take it in.
But yeah, I think so long as you're going into places and you're doing it respectfully, that's all that's all you can do in it, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just going through the questions. um,
Mashing them, to be fair.
I know. So Grant, I don't
Oh,
know if we asked this one, but do you share pins?
right. Who do I, Becky? You. You know if I've got something and you're after it, I'll let you have it because I know I'll say, especially with I only do stuff abroad now. But you know how much time I spend on doing stuff. I'll say, Becky, don't give it to anybody, and you'll not give it to anybody. I know that.
hmm
John, same with him. Gav, Giovanni, Marco. That's about it. To be fair,
I think that's a good way to be.
that's all the people I really share. Out we, I've trusted to get. Well, I've guessed some other week to Paulie P some old ones what we did because him and Stu's going to Belgium, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I give them a couple of older ones what we did. Whether they're still there or not, I don't know. Um, apart from that, I don't really. talk to anybody else.
Keeping your circle small.
I do. That's because I don't do it here. That's why. I just don't like it here. It's same shit day in day out. A pub that shut of the week, or a manky nursing home, or
Yeah, care homes are
granny's
everywhere.
house that's gone in respite. Do you know what I mean? I just don't like it here anymore.
And I get that. I feel like you go to Italy a lot and you kind of get used to doing more abroad, and then everything like back in the UK
Yeah.
is boring in the UK when you come back from being abroad. It really is.
I mean, you look at it this way. When I used to do stuff here, I'd be out nearly every weekend. So say you're only out 40 weeks a year, 70 quid for a tank of diesel, and you add it up, that's 2,800 quid on diesel. And then some weekends, you might be out for a full weekend, and then you might have an hotel if you're going to like Wales and stuff for a full weekend. So say 10 of them weeks you've got an extra tank of fuel and an hotel. You spent £4 just going exploring, doing the same shit that everybody else is doing over here.
It's a lot of money, isn't it, exploring? And I don't think people understand how much you can spend when exploring, because you have to do like fuel, you have to do food, you have to, if you're staying anywhere, you have to pay for your accommodation. Like there's a lot to consider when you explore.
I mean,
Yeah,
we last year when we went to France and Belgium when it rolled in bank holiday weekends, it worked out cheaper as going there than it would have done if we'd have gone to Wales.
Yeah, and that's the worst
Because
thing.
your digs, them camper isles that we stayed at, they probably worked out more. They were like 30 odd quid a night. But when we get like somewhere like that little place we normally stay in Calais,
sorry guys.
that's a decent place. You split that between you. You split fuel costs. You split Eurotunnel. It works out cheaper to go abroad than it did for doing stuff here.
Yeah, it does.
Big time. It's like when I go to Italy in June. I'll be there for the best part of a month, and it's probably going to cost me just over £2 the time I've done with flights. The most expensive thing there is car and fuel. And I think £2, but I'm there for nearly a month.
That's a long
So
time.
I'll have saved £2, and I'll have got enough content for over a year. Because if
Yeah, and good
I'm
stuff
only
as
doing,
well.
I'm only doing I'm putting an album up every 10 days. So I only need 6 albums for a year. I can piss that in a week. So I'm probably going to get easily a year to 2 years worth of albums just for going to it, and I'll have more fun. Your food's
Yeah,
cheaper over there. Food's next to no. Your places that you're stopping at are cheap, and it's a hell of a lot better. I mean, and it's not crap weather either. You're usually sweating your tits off, but
Yeah. Yeah, I
but
love Italy.
yeah, you go abroad and you do stuff, and then you come back to the UK and it's like you just lose heart for it because it's just so much better abroad than it is here. But a lot of people think it's expensive, and it isn't. It usually works out cheaper.
Yeah, Italy is very, very cheap as well. And I have to say, the food over there is amazing. And honestly, I mean this, like, I genuinely mean this. The McDonald's over there is so much better than here.
You and your fucking McDonald's. You get like a massive calzone pizza, €7.50. I went to one restaurant and I couldn't make my mind up. They've got wild boar ragu, which is basically like ravioli but with wild boar in. Or they got lobster tagliatelle, and I was like, I couldn't make my mind up. And then I looked at prices and I thought, it's only €20 for both. I'd pay that for lobster back home, so I just ordered both.
Do you remember when you last went to Italy and you was messaging me and you was like, oh, I've just ordered this, but you ended up getting like a deep fried pizza?
Oh shit! I'd gone in one place and I'd ordered calzone. I thought that's big, that'll fill me. And I thought I'll just get like a normal like thin pizza, which they don't really fill you that much. And then I saw pizza frites, and I thought when I read it, it said fried, and it said mozzarella and basil on top, and I thought it must be like, you know, when we had them fries in Belgium where they put cheese on top
Yep.
and like crispy bacon and stuff, like load of fries thing. I thought, oh, it must be like that. And it come out and it was a deep fried pizza. But fucking hell, I've ordered 3 pizzas. And I sat down, I ate I ate about 2.5, 2 3/4. I left a bit, I was like, nah, I need to leave room for pudding. But basically, it's a special, it's the only right, do them in Naples region. Pork bake the pizza base in oven quick, and then they take it out and they deep fry it, and then they take it out and then they put all your stuff on top like a pizza. It's a bit chewy, but it's fucking amazing. But yeah, I was like, fuck, I've ordered 3 pizzas. That's when I turned into King Grant that night, weren't it, in that church?
Yeah.
For that big and then people walked in and I'm sat big chair at top at church, this big red and gold chair what priest had sitting.
Yeah, and then you was like,
She's like, sit in it. I'm like, I'm gonna get caught. She's like, go on, sit in it. And I sat in it. And then somebody walked in and then I looked up and I saw CCTV cameras. Oh shit. I just got out of there quick, walked down the road.
yeah, you was like, time to leave. That's funny.
Well, I think that's what makes it when you go abroad. It's not like just doing explores. It's all stuff after when you're going out for a walk in town at night, and like when we went for a walk on beach and then me and you went in sea and you nearly drowned me. And Ricky's just sat there laughing, thinking we're pissing about.
No, we weren't.
And
I did nearly kill you.
it's just all that stuff after. It adds to it, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, we do have some laughs when we go away.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always a good time. When we go abroad, it's always a good time. And these are the memories that I think I'll take with me from that, because it's not just the exploring, it's like the memories that you make as well. And when we've always gone to Italy, it's been so good. And the memories I will always love.
Like him, very good, very nice, that come up trying to clean his windows. In Naples, that dodgy hotel what you booked us in.
The one where we thought we was all gonna die.
Fucking hell, that was right dodgy. That, honest to God, any other time I've been to Italy, I could feel like I'm safer than some places at home. I walk around places at night and then you book us this back street shit hotel where beds are falling to bits and fucking staff's coming like listening at your fucking door. It's like, what the fuck have you booked us in at here?
That was a last
You'd be
minute
better
booking.
off sleeping in a bando.
I think we'd have felt safer and all.
I put my bed near the door to barricade it. Even Tom didn't feel right in that place.
Yeah, no, that was scary. And I remember the morning we left, we opened our door to our room and the handle just fell off, and that was it for me.
Fuck you know. Never mind.
Right, Shannon, did you want to ask the next question?
I mean, we've smashed through majority of the questions. I mean, is there anything you wouldn't explore,
What's the
Grant?
scariest ones you've ever done?
Say that again.
Like scariest explores. Have you ever done any like really dangerous shit?
I have definitely done dangerous stuff. So me and Mr. Airborne went to I can't even remember what it was now. It's like some mill, and we had to get to another room, but the only way to do that was to climb onto these metal beams that were really fucking thin. And like walk across, but it was scary, and I think that's probably a time that I was quite scared that I was going to fall and really hurt myself.
Do you know what? I thought you was going to say something else, because when someone says, "Oh, Becky, have you done anything scary?" I can picture it in my head now. You scooting your ass along that ladder to get into the cinema, the theatre in Bournemouth.
That's a drop as well.
Like, I can't watch it back. How you did that? Tom goes, "Don't look down," and you just look down.
Yeah.
That was, watching that made me feel sick.
That was scary, to be fair. That was scary. But I got on the ladder and I'd already committed at that point, and I felt like if I'd got off, that's it. I would have been pissed off at myself for not doing it. So yeah, I committed and I had to just carry on. It was scary, but I done it for the girls.
Yeah, you're the first one
See,
across as well.
Yeah.
my fear. I'm not right keen on heights,
Nah, me
and
neither, Grant.
I like really enclosed spaces. I always said I'd never do like potholing and shit like that. But honest to God, I used to love the fear of fucking nearly dying. I used to go do lots of mines in Peak District. One in particular I used to do, it had a collapse and it shut. So there's like one way in, one way out. And this tunnel has got like partial collapse everywhere. And a lot of beams are broke. And these beams that have been like a foot square solid timber. But you can push your finger and it just goes in it like mush. This fuck all holding place up. And I'd been in there probably half a dozen times. And you'd get like ladders going up to different levels that'd be shaking. You'd be climbing up these massive ladders up to other levels. There's water running through it. And I think when the furthest point we ever got to before you couldn't get any further. I mean, when I walk and I put my feet down, I go at some pace walking, and it took half an hour to walk back to entrance to where we come in. And that place, I don't know what it's like these days, but it was just the first time we ever did it. We went to do it, and I went with Ricky that I used to go out with and Chris, and I was like, I don't like this. I hate stuff like this. And Ricky's like, no, come on, let's go. Be funny, be funny. I'm like, fucking hell, I hate this. And then when I got out, I'm like, thank fuck we're still alive. And I've done it. I did it, like I said, 6 or so times after that. And do you know what? Just that adrenaline rush, you go in and you're thinking, might not make it out of this place because it's just that dangerous. And then you get out, it's like, oh, thank fuck.
I get that.
But I'm not allowed to do them anymore. Mrs. won't let me do them. Just out above ground, I can do. Below ground, no, because that place collapses. Nobody's coming in for you. You're just buried alive. That's it. You're stuffed.
Yeah, and no one's gonna know you're there.
That's scary.
But well, she used to know we were going in. We'd be like, look, we're going in. We're gonna be out by such and such a time, and we'd always be out. But it's just that, even Cave Rescue's not going to come in that place for you because it's just that dodgy. But and I wouldn't expect him to. Do you know what I mean? I think I've gone in there. I know it risks. If it collapses, don't come in trying to fucking rescue me because I wouldn't want anybody else getting hurt. Do you know what I mean? Trying to do it. It's my own stupid fault. If fucking die, I die. But then I've been to some places. Last time I were in Italy, I did a villa before I went to airport, and you had to climb in through an old rotted window, and part of upstairs had collapsed in already, and I got to climb over some stuff to get to the other side, and I thought, if I go to slip, your natural reaction is you grab something, and if I grab them beams, rest of that ceiling's coming down on me. But I got in, and I got to the other side at Rome, and there was some stairs going up, and I went up steps. There were stone steps, and I got to the top, and floors were just looking dodgy as hell, and I just thought, I'm on my own. I've got. Do you know what I mean? I thought even if I'd have had like Becky with me, I wouldn't have chanced it. I just thought it ain't worth it. Just for maybe one or two pictures I'd have got, I ain't gonna risk it. And I just don't risk it anymore. It's not. I think sometimes it's just not worth it for some pictures.
No, it's not. Sometimes you have to assess what's safe and what's not, and if you feel that it's not safe, just don't do it.
Yeah,
I mean, I've done it
definitely.
before when I put my foot through a floor and shit like that. I just think, especially when I'm on my own, I just think sometimes, nah, it ain't worth it.
Definitely not.
Uh,
So we are getting close to the 1 hour mark. Obviously, want to try and keep it under that. So let me just have a look.
Is there anything you want to end on, Grant? Do you want to say anything to the fellow community or anyone who may listen to end it on?
no.
He's easily pleased.
If you've got any pins for it, send them my way. Aye, alright, I've got loads.
Yeah, you should see his fucking map for Italy, because honestly, it's probably got more pins in Italy than it has the UK at the moment.
Hey, has your Google Maps gone funny lately?
Yes.
Do you know, it's like when I used, have you got like loads of right little tiny minute pins?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm thinking, other day I'm thinking, they all vanished. I'm thinking, what the fuck's gone off here? And I had to go in and activate them all to come back on to show on map. And they come on as, some come on as normal size ones. And then I got all these little tiny ones. I'm thinking,
Yeah, and if you zoom
yeah,
into them, they become big again. But for some reason, some of them are
yeah,
small. Yeah, it's really
yeah.
odd.
I'm thinking, is it because you've got so many? But I'm thinking, well, no, because it would have done that before. But
Mm.
I don't know. I just thought, what the fuck? Because at first, when they didn't come on, and I thought, hang on, swap accounts, come back, and they weren't there, and I thought, oh shit, where's all my pins gone? And then you have to like go in, and you can hide certain ones, can't you? So you can like hide the pinks, hide the blues, whatnot. And they'd all gone off, so I brought them back to all be shown, and everything went back right. And then I was like, well, why are they all fucking small and some big? I thought I'd
Yeah.
fucked up.
I hate it when it changes because my maps at the moment won't let me remove a pin either. So I've got all these places that I've checked and that I currently lived in or no
Right.
good and I
Are you
can't
doing it
remove
on your
them.
phone?
Should we talk about this after? Because otherwise I feel like we're just going to end up chatting and taking it over an hour.
You need to do it on a laptop. That's how you do it.
I will remove pins.
If it does it with mine. Sometimes I'll try to delete it and it'll say can't connect or something.
No, it just doesn't give me the option to remove the pin. Obviously, normally I just go in, delete what I've put, and then the pin will remove, but it just doesn't give me that
Or
option.
sometimes mine will say can't connect or something, or it might not say no. But then if I do it on laptop, I can get rid of it.
Oh, okay, I might have
I
to have a
don't
look
know
on the
if it's just
laptop.
something to do with app or what, but anyway.
Yeah. Well, thank you all for listening again. And Grant, I hope you've enjoyed coming on for a chat.
No problem. Anytime.
Drop my mic.
Yeah, we heard.
Mic drop.
My bad. But yeah, thank you, Grant, for coming on. It's been really nice.
Oh,
And before we go, first person to put in the comments how many times Grant mentioned the word Italy in this podcast will win a shout out. I reckon it's
forget.
over 10.
Italy on the brain, 24/7.
Yeah.
Literally. Okay. Right, well,
We'll
we'll leave
speak
it
to you
there.
next time.
How many do you reckon?
I'm going to say probably about 16.
I'm going with 13.
Oh.
We'll soon see. But
We'll
yeah,
see.
thank you,
Thanks for coming on,
everyone.
Grant. See you
Right,
later.
Becky,
Bye.
bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.